You walk into the room and the suspect's laptop is sitting there, powered on, screen glowing, a session still open. Every instinct says, touch it, click around, see what is happening, stop. The moment you move that mouse, you have modified the evidence. Reach for the power button and you just destroyed the RAM that holds the encryption keys you needed. This is Objective 3.1, Crime Scene Security and Evidence Collection. The exam hammers 2 questions. What do you do first? And what must you never do? Get scene security wrong and the evidence is contaminated before you even start. Get the collection order wrong and the most valuable data evaporates. Let's secure this scene the right way. First priority, scene security, no additional contamination, no destruction. Isolate the system so users and attackers cannot touch it. Do not let users log in, run programs, or shut down. Photograph the physical state before you touch anything. The monitor display, every connected device, the physical condition. Note the state, on or off, logged in or locked, screensaver active. Document every USB device, external drive, and network connection. Limit who enters and log everyone who accesses the scene, and start chain of custody from the moment of first contact. On the digital side, do not run programs on the victim system. Do not trust the tools on it. Malware may have replaced LS, PS, or Netstat. Use external forensic tools from clean, right-protected media. Now the rule that the exam tests more than any other, the order of volatility defined by RFC 3227, the guidelines for evidence collection and archiving. Most volatile first, because the shortest lived data is gone the soonest. CPU registers and cache rank first, lost on a context switch, then system RAM, gone on power off. Then network state, active connections, captured with Netstat, SSARP route. Then running processes, task list, PS, top, then open files and handles. Then the disk and file system, the most durable active evidence, then removable media, then remote logging and SIEM data, then physical configuration, and dead last, archival backup tapes. The principle, collect RAM before you image the disk. Waiting costs you evidence. Why even bother with a live system? Because RAM holds evidence that does not exist on disk. Encryption keys for ransomware or VeraCrypt volumes, live in memory, active C2 sessions and established connections, only visible while running. Fileless malware that never writes to disk, only in RAM. Decrypted contents of encrypted apps and injected code hiding inside legitimate processes, gone the instant you power down. That is why a casual shutdown is catastrophic. The encryption key you needed to decrypt the victim's own files? It was in memory and you just erased it by being polite to the operating system. Capture the volatile state while the machine is alive or accept that you lost it forever. Lock in the live collection commands. The exam asks for exact syntax. On Windows, netstat-ANO for active connections. -A is all connections. -N is numeric, so no slow DNS lookups, and -O adds the PID that -O is what they test. Tasklist/V for processes. Tasklist/SVC to map services. ipconfig/all and ARP-A for network state. Query user and net session for logged on users. Net session reveals lateral movement over SMB. On Linux, netstat-TULMP or the modern SS-TULMP, PS-AUX or PS-EF for processes, IPA and IPR for interfaces and routes, and for users, WCHU, W, and last. Know all three. Each shows something different. Documentation is what makes evidence hold up later. The chain of custody form has required fields the exam expects, a unique evidence ID or exhibit number, a full description with make, model, serial, and capacity, the collection location, the date and time in UTC, who collected it with signature, the hash values, MD5 and SHA-256, a transfer record for every handoff, the storage location, and an access log for every time the evidence is touched afterward. Then photography. Before touching anything, shoot the overall scene from multiple angles. Capture the screen, open apps, error messages, close-ups of labels, serials, and cables. Use a scale reference and timestamp every photo from a synchronized clock. Field notes are discoverable in court. Be accurate and professional. Now the do's and don'ts, because the exam loves the trap question. The do's. Document before touching. Collect volatile data first per RFC 3227. Use a hardware write blocker for disk acquisition. Hash everything immediately with MD5 and SHA-256. Use trusted external tools. Work on copies, never the original. And maintain chain of custody from first contact. The don'ts are sharper. Do not shut down casually. A normal shutdown overwrites IRAM and runs scripts that destroy evidence. Do not run programs on the victim machine. Do not let antivirus run. It will quarantine or delete your evidence. Do not defragment. Do not connect to the internet. It can trigger malware callback or a remote wipe. Do not save anything to the victim system. Your toolkit for imaging. FTK Imager is free, GUI based, creates E01, DD or AFF with built-in hashing and even live memory capture. Encase is the commercial court-accepted suite. On Linux, DD for raw images, DC 3DD for the hashing and logging enhanced version, and Gimager for a fast GUI. For memory, WinMem and MagnetRAM, capture on Windows, Lime on Linux, and Volatility for analysis. KP does rapid triage collection of key artifacts. And the write blocker question, hardware beats software every time. A hardware write blocker is a physical circuit that cannot be bypassed by the OS. It is widely court accepted, while a software blocker could be defeated by an OS bug or misconfiguration. Tableau and Forensic Falcon are the named hardware examples. 2 final layers the exam expects. Anti-forensics, attackers fight back. Time-stomping fakes MACB timestamps, so cross-reference with log timestamps. Log clearing, watch for Windows, event 1102, log cleared, and pull remote copies from SIEM. Encryption, capture keys from RAM before shutdown. Rootkits hide processes and files, so you go to memory forensics and offline disk analysis. Living off the land uses legitimate tools, so you rely on behavioral analysis. Then admissibility, for evidence to stand, it must be relevant, authentic, reliable, legally obtained, and unaltered. And know your authority. Corporate systems need owner authorization. BYOD needs consent or a court order. Cloud data needs legal process, and a suspect's personal device needs a search warrant. In one breath, secure the scene and photograph before touching. Never shut down casually. Never trust the victim's own tools. Collect by RFC 3227. CPU, RAM, network, processes, disk, removable, backups, RAM before the disk, always. Netstat-ANO on Windows, -TULNP on Linux, and WHOW last for users. Hardware write blockers over software. Hash immediately with MD5 and SHA-256. Work only on copies and keep the chain of custody unbroken. Next up, Objective 3.2, Evidence Preservation and Documentation, where we package, seal, hash, and store everything so it survives the courtroom challenge.